when did you first hear about P3 and also about this specific project with P3?
All right, I'll go first. Jeremy Saje. I first heard about P3 when I was doing Jekyll and Hyde with John, and basically kind of stayed late one night hanging out, and he was talking about this theater company that he was starting, and I was like, okay, that perked up. I want to hear about this, and heard about the stuff that they were doing. It sounded pretty cool, so I wanted to see about being a part of it. Didn't end up getting to that production, but when this came about, John contacted me, and I was happy to say yes.
Philip McBride. I first heard about P3. I believe I saw some stuff that John was kind of promoting on his Facebook page, but also I had heard about it through Betsy, who is also our stage manager on this, and I believe resident stage manager of P3, because we've been friends for quite a while. And then when John was talking about doing Laramie Project, I jumped at the chance just because I've always loved the show. I remember in high school hearing about this happening and like not really being sure if it was like safe to go out, because I was growing up in Texas as well. So it was like, what's going on in our world that this is happening? So the minute it came up, I knew I had to like be a part of it somehow.
Alden Bettencourt. I first heard about P3 actually through Backstage. I was in the middle of finishing out my first gig after undergrad last year. I was doing a touring Shakespeare company, and I noticed that there's this new company right next to where the one I was currently working with was, and they were doing a Vita. And so I went out and went to those auditions and got to meet John and some of the other awesome creative team, and then ended up doing a Vita with them. And he contacted me about doing Laramie Project, and I, same thing, jumped at the chance. This is an amazing story, and I'm a storyteller first before an actor. So that's why I jumped at the chance.
John emailed me, and I was really excited to work with all these people again and to tell this story and to just be a part of theater, even Zoom theater, in any way that I could during this time, because it is so important to me as a creative person to keep refilling the well, keep being inspired, and sharing live experiences with people. I've been working with P3 for a while, ever since I was an understudy for the MGM and concert show, and then I auditioned for Evita and did that show with them and with several of these cast members on the Laramie Project, which is really cool and great to get to work with them again. And then I also did some piano work for P3, playing keys for Day After Day, the Doris Day show. And so, yeah, just jumping around, dabbling. Was going to music direct a production of Next to Normal that's been pushed to 2021. But theater lives, because we are here and we are still telling important stories, vital stories, because yeah, hate and discrimination and judgment of people who are different from you is still far too rampant. And as much as I wish we didn't have to confront this truth on a daily basis, we do. And so if theater can be a tool to reach more people.
My name's Brouelette. I have known about P3 since it started. John and I have been friends. We worked on a show together a couple years ago, Pirates of Penzance at Children's Theater of Long Beach. And ever since he started the company, I knew it was something that I wanted to be part of. So I've auditioned for a few different things, and timing or whatever hasn't worked out. And I primarily right now in Southern California, I'm working as a singer in bands and acoustic duos. So when the world ground to a halt and gig life, basically disappeared, it was such a neat opportunity, not only to be able to do a play, which I haven't done a straight play since I was in college, but also to be able to be part of a Zoom reading, which I think is really cool. I've always been really proud to be part of this industry and work in this industry, but the way that we as a community have just been able to go, plot twist and turn stage left and keep going, I think is really cool. And, to top it all off with it being a piece that has such an important message and a real message to deliver to people during Pride Month, I think is just, I'm humbled and honored to be a part of it.
I am Emily Abeles. I learned about P3 also from backstage. It was the summertime, school was out, and I saw Evita, and I've always admired and loved the show. So I had to audition, and it was local, which is so cool. And to see a new theater and a new company take root in a city as iconic and as, I would say, art affiliated as Long Beach, it was so cool. So I had to audition and ended up booking it along with some of the other lovely cast members in Laramie. And yeah, not too long after that, time kept going on. This pandemic kept going on, and John emailed me about Laramie, and I jumped at the chance, just like many of my other fellow actors here. I haven't done a straight play in many years. And so that was really cool to be able to crack open a play and to read it, because I haven't read a straight play in many a moon. So that was a treat. And then just learning about the subject matter and the characters and researching, because they're all real people. So getting a chance to really, really dive deep and to learn about these people and what they all went through as a community and as through society interludes was just super, super amazing. And you can't go wrong with learning to adapt to the Zoom format. I think being a part of something like this is really cool. Because we get to play, we get to take advantage of what we can through with everything going on. We get to say, hey, we're taking charge. We're still creating art because nothing can stop us, So I think that's really cool.
I'm Jodi Marks. I heard about P3 from actually some of my friends that I went to college with, and they were just talking about a new company coming up, and I knew I had to go as well. I knew I couldn't miss the opportunity, and I was lucky enough to be a part of Evita, the inaugural cast. And honestly, P3 is just so nice. It's the nicest company I think I've ever had the honor of working with. Everybody is just welcoming. No one has an ego. Everybody just wants to do the work and create a story, and I just love that. And then I actually became a part of the cast a little later than everybody else. So I was watching everybody's intros, I guess, on P3 Theater Company's Instagram posts. So when John asked me to be a part of the company, I jumped at the chance. How could I not say no? And just to be able to do theater during this time, because, we all have that itch. So when you want a job, I was jumping at the chance. I said, give me this project and this story, and it's always important. The subject matter is prevalent today, so I knew that it was something I really, really wanted to be a part of. So thank you, John.